Philippine government is designed that way. The corruption, the plunder, and that's the main reason why it's hard to find job in Philippines.
And let's say for the sake of argument, totoo yan sinasabi mo, let's go as to paano natin mapapalitan yung sistema na sinasabi mo. Well, this is Pinoy Extreme. Let's do this.
This is Pinoy Extreme.
It's not about laziness or underqualified. It is because that the system in the Philippines doesn't want you to stay.
It's not about laziness. It's not being underqualified. Eh, paano na lang yung mga 90% plus na functionally illiterate? Isn't that considered as being underqualified? And despite having free tuition since grade school hanggang college, why yung mga tao or yung drop rates ng mga nag-aaral is still high? Ano, pati baon, school supplies, pamasahe, kailangan sagutin lahat ng gobyerno yon. So, kailan aako ng personal responsibility yung individual or kahit sabihin na natin yung mga parents para i-push yung mga anak nila to do with what they have?
The Philippine government in general makes a lot of billions from OFWs, and that is all from remittances, and that is every year. That's why they don't fix the local employment so that they can all send you abroad.
Well, that is just one of the symptoms of a bigger underlying problem. Again, we all hate the system that we live in right now, but we do not realize ano ba yung sistema na tinutukoy natin. Hindi sistema tayo na sistema, hindi nga natin alam kung ano yung sistema at sino-sino yung mga kasali dito sa sistema na to at ano yung pwede nating magawa sa mga sarili natin para baguhin or improve yung ayaw natin sa sistema. And another question, pag ba let's say may maayos kang sistema at ang inupo mo doon sa sistema corrupt, ano sa tingin mo yung mangyayari doon sa sistema? Sige, para mas maintindihan mo, meron kang isang magandang sasakyan, tapos ang inupo mong driver doon bonak. Ano sa tingin mo yung mangyayari sa sasakyan? Now, with that kind of analogy, do you realize now ano yung partisipasyon ng mga ordinaryong tao doon sa pagiging pangit ng sistema na meron tayo?
Because that is more profitable. They all train you to be global ready, then make the country ready for you. Nursing graduates, engineers, teachers, doctors, all flashed into foreign markets, while call centers are left as the only better paying job.
I don't believe that, and that is just an exaggeration. You could just simply Google what are the top paying jobs here in the Philippines, and you would have a list of multiple jobs that pays high, hindi lang call center. So, ang tanong na lang doon is, are the Filipinos capable of taking those high-paying jobs? Ang sagot, hindi. Marami sa Pilipino ang functionally illiterate. Doon pa lang, tablado na yung mga trabaho na may matataas na sahod. Ano yung pwede natin gawin? Well, we could encourage people to improve upon themselves. Improve until such that they could take up those courses para gumanda yung mga trabaho or yung kalidad ng trabaho dito sa Pilipinas. Hindi tayo pwede na magsabi na wala namang magandang trabaho dito sa Pilipinas while having a poor set of workforce na kukuha nung high-paying jobs na yon. You cannot put a poor workforce doon sa high-paying jobs because that would be a disaster. Hindi lang naman kasi yung pag-OOFW yung solusyon. We could actually have a good workforce here. We just need to put an elbow grease towards that. Hindi madali, yes. 'Di ba? Kasi marami tayong challenges na kailangan daanan para mapunta doon sa sitwasyon na yon. And discouraging people to improve upon themselves is not going to help.
Philippines doesn't just export labor, it all profits from sacrifice. And your remittance feed corruption. Philippine corrupt leaders, they know that no matter how broken the systems, the money will keep flowing. And this allowed dynasties to keep stealing without fixing the country.
And who voted for those dynasties? Who voted for those corrupt politicians? Sino yung tumatanggap ng 500 kada eleksyon at bumoboto ng mga corrupt politicians? 'Di ba Pilipino din? Pag tinanong mo ba sila, alam nyo ba na masama ang vote buying? They would answer you yes. But they still do it anyway. So the corruption is not only in the leaders or the positions of our leaders in the government. We, as the most basic unit of our society, is already corrupt. Wala tayong values. Wala tayong pinapahalagahan, kundi mga sarili natin. Kaya ang ending, watak-watak tayo as country. Hindi natin alam yung identity natin as a Filipino because hindi natin matanggap na yung identity natin as a Filipino is corrupted.
They all rely on the workers abroad to carry the nation's survival, funded by the same system that drives migration. Everything is plundered. Philippine politics isn't about public service. It is all about profit. For every office comes with access to budget, contracts, and even ghost projects that all funnel money straight into a private pockets. Holding power means holding wealth. And when elections come, the stolen money is used to go buy loyalty and even fund flashy campaigns and even hand out quick favors.
Well then, there you have it. Came from you. So, hindi naman magpo-propagate yung ganong klaseng kultura ng mga Pilipino kung hindi tinatanggap ng mga Pilipino yan. So, sino ang may malaking partisipasyon dito kung bakit na iboboto yung mga corrupt politicians na yan? Ang mga Pilipino din. Kasi kung ano yung values ng Pilipino, yun din yung magiging values ng mga iboboto nilang leader. And look at how it reflects. So hanggat hindi natin naayos yung values natin as an individual, hanggat hindi natin nalalagay yung identity natin as a Filipino, mananatili tayong slave ng ibang bansa at kumukopya ng kung ano lang yung masarap, maganda at comfortable para sa identity natin as a Filipino. Well, this is Pinoy Extreme. Have a good day.